Welcome to Quest Media Podcast Talking Points with me, Aru Mukherjee. The HM Pasties Bakery is famed for recruiting 40% of staff with previous criminal records. Ahead of its grand expansion in Oldham, we catch up with Lee Wakeham, the man behind the award-winning bakery.
Recommend one pie or one pasty that we should come to your outlet to buy?
Well, I'm from the West Country and I grew up eating Cornish pasties. Obviously, I can't call what we make Cornish pasties because I don't make them in Cornwall. But my whole business was built around that one product. So it's my pride and joy. And all our products are great. But if you're looking for something really, really, really tasty, come and try those. They've all won excellent awards in the last 12 months or so.
What made you decide to expand in Oldham?
Partly just opportunity. Opportunity came up. We've been looking for larger facilities for a little while. Well, since we secured the Joseph Holt's contract, and had heard that there was a pie bakery that hadn't gone on the market, but the woman who bought it was potentially looking to exit. And I get a lot of assets with it and the assets are all designed for large scale production of pies and pasties.
Now, I want to know more about your life right now in Tameside with a kid coming up. How is life?
Yeah, probably for the first time in my life, I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever. Engaged to my partner. We have, let's say, a baby that's due any day now. I think the due date's the 20th of Feb, but they come when they want. We've got a nice home, and aside from that, the business is growing rapidly. Our turnover just seems to be more than doubling year on year. Life is good, but it's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of good decisions, and I think that is the success.
I want to know what made you want to reform the lives of former offenders, and also what is your experience as an employer to work with them?
I'm a former offender myself. I grew up in foster care and was left by my mum when I was 2 years old, and grew up with foster parents from being 2 till 14 years old. We were really abusive, sexual, physical abuse, financial abuse, just all the worst kind of abuse you could imagine. That was my life for 12 years. And I ran away from that at 14, had a really good foster placement then for a couple of years. And then when I was 15, I met my mum for the first time, and everything started to fall apart because my mum was not a very positive influence on my life. At 17, I ended up living on £33.50 a week, £5 a week for my rent, £7.50 I had to pay for my electric, so that gave me £20 a week to feed, clothe, entertain myself. I was trying to do A levels at the time as well, and it just didn't add up. So my crime started then, really, and fueled by alcohol. Started committing crime as a way of just processing the anger around my childhood. And then 9 months after being in a flat on my own, I was in prison for a string of violent offences in Plymouth. I got 18 months in prison for that. I got out after 9 months, moved back to Plymouth, met a girl, thought I wanted to do better for my life. I moved to Salford in 1996 to start a better life, and kind of really doing what everyone said was that you just in with the wrong crowd, you get away from that and things will be better. It didn't go according to plan. I ended up back in prison again in HMP Manchester, this time for a more seriously violent offence. And so I had to look at that, and I got counselling throughout my second prison sentence and addressed the anger that I was feeling and addressed the reasons why I was feeling angry, and addressing the fact that I'd been abused as a child. And I haven't reoffended since.
So, do you have any message, Lee, for other employers who might want to follow in your footsteps in rehabilitating people with previous police records, but are hesitant to do so?
I think it's incredibly rewarding, but it does come with challenges. If you're doing it because you're desperate to bring in staff, that's probably the wrong motivation for doing it. If you're doing it because you want to support people and help people and watch that person grow, then do it. It will take time. It's hard. It's not an immediate success, and there's no guarantee of success. But if you get it right and you get that one person that has gone from a chaotic life, being in and out of prison, not seeing their children, and you are able to help that one person stop going back to prison, build positive relationships with their children, have a steady home, steady income, and instead of going to prison, they're going away on holiday. The reward that you get from that is incredible.